All right. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. So we'll be talking about what is cybersecurity and why is it important. This is the first content. We already had this class, but some persons missed it, and due to power failure, we were unable to retrieve the recordings. So I'll be having the recordings alone so that I can be able to send it to people that missed it. All right. The fourth thing there is cybersecurity and why it is important. Now, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the protection to defend internet connected devices and services from malicious attacks by hackers, spammers, and cyber criminals. The practice is used by companies to protect against phishing schemes, ransomware attacks, identity theft, data breaches, and financial losses. Look around today world and you will see that daily life is more important on technology than ever before. The benefits of this trend range from near instant access to information on the internet to the modern conveniences provided by smart home, automation technology, and concepts like the Internet of Things. With so much good coming from technology, it can be hard to believe that potential threats lurk behind every devices and platform. Yet, despite society's rosy perception of modern advances, cybersecurity trends prevented by modern tech are a real danger. A steady rise in cybercrime highlights the flaws in devices and services we have come to depend on. This concerns forces to ask what cybersecurity is and why it's essential and what to learn about it. So, what is cybersecurity and how serious are cybersecurity threats these days? Now, cybersecurity is a discipline that covers how to defend devices and services from electronic attacks by nefarious actors such as hackers, spammers, and cybercriminals. While some components of cybersecurity are designed to strike first, most of today's professionals focus more on determining the best way to defend all assets from computers, smartphones to network and database from attacks. Now, cybersecurity has been used as a catch-all term in the media to describe the process of protection against various forms of cybercrime, from identity theft to international digital weapons. These labels are valid, but they fail to capture the true nature of cybersecurity for those without a computer science degree or experience in digital industry. Now also we have Cisco Systems, the tech conglomerate specializing in networking. The cloud and security define cybersecurity as the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attack. These cyber attacks are usually aimed at changing, or destroying sensitive information, extorting money from users, or interrupting normal business processes. Now, I know you'll be asking yourself, how does cyber security work? The challenges of cyber security. Now, cybersecurity encompasses technologies, process, and methods to defend computer systems, data, and network from attacks. The best answer the question, what is cybersecurity and how cybersecurity work? We must divide it into series of subdomains. Now, the first domain here is application security. The second one is cloud security and so on. Now, let me explain what application security is all about. Application security covers the implementation of different devices in an organization, software, and services against a diverse range of threats. This subdomain requires cybersecurity experts to write secure code, design secure application architectures, implement robust data input validation, and more to minimize the chance of unauthorized access or modification of application resources. Now we have cloud security. Cloud security relates to creating secure cloud architecture and application for companies that use cloud services providers like Amazon Web Services, Google, Azure, Rackspace, etc. Now we have what we call identity management and data securities. They call it IAM. This subdomain covers activities, framework, and processes that enable authorization and authentication of legitimate individual to an organization's information systems. These measures involve implementing powerful information storage mechanisms that secure the data, whether in transition or residing on a server or computer. In addition, this subdomain makes greater use of authentication protocols, whether two-factor or multi-factor authentication. Now, another security we have is mobile security. Sorry, I'm rushing it so that I can, because we already had this class before. Now, we have what we call mobile security. Now, mobile security is a big deal today as more people rely on mobile devices. This subdomain protects organizations and personal information stored on mobile devices like tablets, cell phones, and laptops from different threats like unauthorized access, device, loss or theft, malware viruses, etc. In addition, mobile security employs authentication and education to help amplify security. We have another one called network security. Now, network security covers hardware and software mechanisms that protect the network and infrastructure from disruption, unauthorized accesses, and other abuses. Effective network security protects organizational access against a wide range of threats from within or outside the organization. Now, what we call disaster recovery and business continuity planning. Now, not all threats are human-based. The DRBC subdomain, which means disaster recovery and business continuity planning subdomain, covers processes, alerts, monitoring, and plans designed to help organizations prepare for keeping their business critical system running during and after any sort of incidents, that is massive power outage, fire, natural disasters, and resuming and recovering lost operation and systems in the incident aftermath. Okay, we have another one called user education. Knowledge is power, and staff awareness of cyber threats is valuable in the cyber security puzzle. Giving business staff training on the fundamentals of computer security is critical in raising awareness about industry best practices, organization procedures and policies, monitoring and reporting suspicious malicious activities. This subdomain covers cyber security related classes, programs, and certification. Now, we have what we call types of cyber threats and cyber crime. Now, cybercrime is defined as any unauthorized activity involving a computer device or network. There are three general recognized classifications of cybercrime: computer-assisted crime, crimes where the computer itself is a target, crimes where the computer is incidental to the crime rather than directly related. Now you can see the types of cybercrime: computer assisted crime, computer as the target, and computer incidentials to the crime. This kind of motive behind the crimes. Now, this will take us to types of hackers. Now, the types of hackers we have, first of all, we have black hats, we have gray hats, we have white hats, and we have suicide hackers. Now, individually, when we talk about the black hat, in the black hat, we talk about individuals with extraordinary computing skills resulting to malicious or destructive activities. Now, the second one we'll talk about is the great hackers. individuals who work both offensively and defensively at various times. Now we have the white hackers, individuals possessing hacker skills and using them for defensive purpose and also known as security analysts. Now we have the suicide hackers. These are individuals who aim to bring down critical infrastructure for a cause and are not worried about facing jail terms or any other punishment. So it all lies to you, the type you want to be. To me, I don't. Okay, let me not tell you the type of hacker I am. Let's go on. Now, this one we call the type of hackers. We have types. We have script kiddies. We have cyber terrorists. We have state-sponsored hackers, and we have the hacktivists. Now, when we talk about the script kiddie, an unskilled hacker who compromises systems by running scripts, tools, and software developed by real hackers. Then the second one we have there is the cyber terrorists. These are individuals with wide range of skills motivated by religious or political beliefs to create fear by large-scale disruption or computer networks. Then we have the second one, state-sponsored hackers. These are individuals empowered by the government to penetrate and get top secret information and to damage information system of other governments. Then we have the hacktivists, individual who promote a political agenda by hacking especially defacing or disabling websites. These are the most common attacks in cyber security. We have DOS, denial of service, malware attack. We have a man in the middle. We have phishing. We have a drive-by attack. We have cross-site scripting. We have power attack, password attack. We have eavesdropping attack. Now, let me talk about this eavesdropping attack. Because it might sound somehow to us. Now, when we talk about eavesdropping attack, now this is type of attack whereby somebody is eavesdropping. You all know what eavesdropping is all about. You are doing something and somebody is listening. Someone can input a kind of attack on some system that when you are tapping your password, the person is actually somewhere writing down your password. When you are making a call, the person is actually listening to whatever you are talking about. Now, here are some listed common cyber threats. We've talked about. We have cyber terrorism, we have malware, we have Trojan, we have botnets, we have hardware. Now, let me just explain little of it, even though we don't really have much time. Um, when we talk about cyber terrorism, this threat is politically based attack on computers and information technology to cause harm and create widespread social disruption. Now, when we talk about malware, this threat encompasses ransomware, spyware, virus, and worms. It can install harmful software, block access to your computer resources, disrupt the system, or overtly transmit information from your data storage. Now we have Trojans. Now Trojan virus. Now we have a Trojan. These Trojans like the legendary Trojan horse of mythology. This attacks tricks users into thinking they are opening a harmless file. Instead, once the Trojan is in place, its attack sorry okay this sorry, like the legendary Trojan horse of mythology, this attack tricks users into thinking they are opening a harmless file. Instead, once the Trojan is in place, it attacks the system, typically establishing a backdoor establishing a backdoor that allows access to cyber criminals. Now, we have what we call botnet. This especially hideous attacks involves large-scale cyber attacks conducted by remotely controlled malware infected devices. Think of it as string of computer under the control of one coordinating criminal. What was compromised computer become part of the botnet. Then we have what we call hardware. This threat is a form of malware. It's often called advertisement support software. The hardware virus is potentially unwanted program (PUP) installed without the permission and automatically generates unwanted online advertisements. We have SQL injection, phishing, man in the middle, and stuff like that. Now, let's talk about um, the advantages of cyber security. Today's cyber security industry is primarily focused on protecting devices and systems from hackers, while the bits and bytes behind these efforts can be heard. To visualize it much easier to understand effects. Without cyber security professionals working tirelessly, many websites will be nearly impossible to enjoy due to overpresent denial of service attacks attempts. Imagine not having access to training and other community of experts and certified professionals. No more tips, tricks, advice to help you achieve your professional goals. Without solid cybersecurity defense, it will be easy to destroy modern day essentials like the power grids and water treatment facilities that keep the world running smoothly. Simply out, cybersecurity is critically important because it helps to preserve the lifestyles we have come to know and enjoy. Now, we have what we call CIA triad. The security of any organization starts with three principles: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This is called CIA, which has served as the industry standard for computer security since the time of first mainframe. Now, let's explain the CIA triad. The first one is C, which is confidentiality. This the principle of confidentiality asserts that only authorized parties can access sensitive information and functions. Example, military secrets. We have the I, which is integrity. Excuse me. The principles of integrity assert that only authorized people and means can alter, add, or remove sensitive information and function. Example, a user entering incorrect data into the database. Now we have what we call availability. The principles of availability assert that systems, functions, and data must be available on demand according to agreed upon parameter based on levels of service. Well, now threats to CIA cybercrime. We've done this in the first session. Now, let's talk about who is a cybersecurity expert. Who is a cybersecurity expert? We are finding weakness, monitoring system, and network breaches. I think here all this we've done this in the first session. So this will come to the end of this section. Okay, now let's work on more these common cybersecurity domains to keep data safe. Asset security, the definitions, analyze network, computer, routers, and wireless access points. You have security architecture and engineering, standardized security policies and procedures. These are the functions. We have communication and network security, regulate cloud storage and data transfer. We have identity and access management, which is IAM, track user authentication and accountability. We have security operation, monitor security to identify attacks. We also have security assessment and testing, test security policies to ensure compliance with industry standard. Then we also have software development, security, create and repeatedly test code. Then we have security and risk management. Wow. Identify potential risks and implement appropriate security. And this one, cyber security experts employ different tactics to secure computer system and network. Some of the best practices include using two-way authentication, securing password, installing regular updates, running antivirus software, using firewall to disable unwanted devices, avoiding phishing scam, employing cryptography or encryption, securing domains name server or DNS. So this is just the summary of what we just did, and I think this will come to the end of this section. All right, the next section will be in that should be in content 3. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you.